Same river, same bait, same hook, same spot on the same morning. 2 rods in the water at the same time in the same spot. The only difference was a single drop of a $2 mix applied to the bait on the rod to my left before it went in. The rod on my right had nothing on the bait, just a plain dough ball. In less than 5 minutes, the difference was already visible. The bait with the drop was attacked 3 times in a row. The bait without the drop was ignored by every fish that passed. By the end of the first hour, the rod with the attractant had 7 fish. The rod without any attractant had landed exactly 0 fish. By midday, the cooler was already half full from one rod, and the other rod still had not had a single confirmed strike. Here is the complete count from that full day of testing. The rod without the attractant finished with 2 fish. The rod with the single drop finished with 23. Same river, same conditions, same angler, same day. 1 drop was the only difference between those 2 results. I spent 3 weeks running the same test on different river sections, and on 2 different lakes before I called the result reliable. Every session produced the same directional outcome. The treated rod always outperformed the untreated rod. Not by a small margin, not occasionally, and not in some conditions. Every session, every time, by a significant and repeatable factor. That is not a lucky day, and it is not coincidence. It is chemistry. The chemistry is not complicated. This combination is not a new or recent discovery. On the banks of the Mississippi, fishermen were making fermented garlic mixes and applying them to bait for generations before any tackle shop existed. Not because it was fashionable or because anyone told them to, because it produced results that nothing in any tackle box could match. In the backwaters of Louisiana, old-timers used similar preparations, made from fermented ingredients with vegetable oil as the carrier. In Texas, beef liver preparations left to cure for several hours before use. In the Carolinas, dried shrimp ground with vegetable oil before use. Now, all of these traditions share exactly one core mechanism. They all produce chemical compounds that enter the water and trigger fish responses that commercial attractants cannot replicate. What those regional fishing traditions understood, and what the tackle industry does not want to become the standard conversation, is straightforward. The most effective attractant you can make does not come in a bottle. It ferments in a small glass jar on your kitchen counter for 24 to 72 hours before you take it to the water. The material cost is under $3 for a season of production. The commercial alternative costs $20 to $30 for a fraction of the effective window that the fermented preparation produces. Those are the numbers the tackle industry does not include in their marketing. They advertise scent profiles and species-specific formulations. They do not mention that the active compounds they are trying to replicate are present in raw form in a fermented garlic and oil preparation that any angler can make at home in about 5 minutes. The fermentation process that happens in the jar over 24 hours is what no commercial bottle can contain or replicate. Real fermentation produces a changing compound profile. The biological activity inside the jar is different at 24 hours than it is at 48 hours, and different again at 72. A commercial bottle that has been sitting in a warehouse for 3 months is not producing any biological activity of any kind. It is a stable liquid that smells like something fermented. That stability is exactly the opposite of what makes the real preparation work. The effective signal comes from active fermentation, not from preserved synthetic material sitting on a shelf. Every time you apply a fresh dab of the fermented garlic oil to your bait, you are applying compounds that were still changing hours before the cast. That is what produces a different response in the fish. That is what the 2-rod test documented across weeks of repeat sessions. Before I walk through the exact recipe and the 3 optional variations that extend this across every species in the water, the kind of consistent result I documented in that 2-rod test comes from understanding more than just what goes on the hook. It comes from knowing when fish are active, where they hold, and how conditions like barometric pressure and moon phases determine whether the water is worth fishing at a given time. I put together everything I know about reading those patterns into a complete system for anglers who want results every trip. Scan the QR code in the top left corner of your screen, or click the first link waiting in the description below. Stay here, because the preparation sequence and the fermentation timing are what separate a functional attractant from one that changes everything. Here is the recipe exactly as I make it before every session. Take 3 cloves of garlic and crush them completely. Use a mortar and pestle if you have one available. If not, use the flat side of a heavy knife pressed down firmly. The objective is to break every cell wall and release all the juice, all the sticky paste, and the sharp compound that comes with it. Place the crushed garlic and all of the juice into a small glass jar. Add 2 tablespoons of plain vegetable oil, corn oil, or sunflower oil. Any standard cooking oil works for this preparation. The oil in this preparation serves 2 distinct purposes. It preserves the garlic and prevents it from drying out during fermentation. And it creates a fat-soluble carrier that holds the aromatic compounds against the surface of your bait for longer than water-based preparations can. A bait treated with oil-based attractant releases sent continuously for 20 to 30 minutes per application in the water. A bait treated with a water-based preparation loses most of its scent signal in under 5 minutes as the compounds disperse into the surrounding water. That difference in duration is the practical advantage of the oil carrier. Mix the oil and garlic thoroughly until they are fully combined. Place the lid on the jar, but do not seal it tightly. Leave a small gap for gas to escape during fermentation. Leave the jar at room temperature for a minimum of 24 hours. 3 days is the optimal fermentation window for maximum potency. You will know the preparation is ready when the smell of the jar has intensified significantly from what fresh garlic alone would produce. The fermented preparation will be noticeably sharper and more complex. If the smell makes you turn your head when you open the jar, the preparation is at the right stage of fermentation. To apply, dip your finger into the oil layer at the top of the jar and apply a single drop directly onto the bait surface. 1 drop is enough to create a scent trail in the water. More than 1 drop does not improve the result at all. Too much garlic oil in a concentrated area can actually push fish away by saturating the local water chemistry beyond the attractive threshold. 1 drop, applied once per cast, is the correct dosage. For natural bait like worms or minnows, apply the drop to the hook directly onto the hook before you mount the bait on it. The bait movement will distribute the scent naturally as it moves. Now, the 3 optional additions that extend the preparation across different target species and water conditions. Adding a pinch of sugar to the jar before fermentation creates a sweetness that carp, catfish, and bluegill respond to in a way that the garlic oil alone does not produce. The sugar ferments alongside the garlic and produces a compound profile that addresses both the predatory instinct and the foraging instinct at once. Adding a drop of pure vanilla extract to the jar produces a compound that carp are highly responsive to in still water. The vanilla aroma combined with the fermented garlic oil creates a multi-layered signal that moves through slow water further than garlic alone before dispersing below the detection threshold. Adding a half teaspoon of paprika to the jar serves a visual function. The paprika particles suspend in the oil and create a visible color signal in the water around the bait when the preparation dissolves. The orange-red color in the water column draws visual attention in addition to the primary olfactory chemical signal. That visual and chemical combination covers 2 independent sensory systems and produces a more consistent strike trigger than either signal alone. The complete 3-addition version addresses scent, sweetness, and color. It is the preparation I run for sessions targeting multiple species or when water clarity is poor and I need both the chemical and visual response. The commercial synthetic alternative for a comparable preparation costs $20 to $30 per bottle and requires repurchasing each year. The fermented garlic and oil preparation costs under $3 in materials and produces more than enough for a full season of fishing from a single batch. The practical question is not whether the preparation works. The 2-rod test documented that across multiple sessions over 3 weeks. The practical question is why this is not already the standard approach for every angler who wants consistent and repeatable results. The answer to that question comes down to distribution. The tackle industry distributes bottles at scale nationally. It cannot distribute knowledge about a preparation you make at home. It can market a branded product with a species-specific label. It cannot prevent you from knowing that 3 cloves of garlic and 2 tablespoons of cooking oil produce the same compounds at higher concentration and at a fraction of the cost. The information has always existed in fishing communities. The question has always been whether anyone was going to share it directly. If you want 10 more methods at this same cost level, the Forbidden Baits add-on inside the Angler's Vault has the full list. Scan the QR code in the top left corner of your screen or click the first link waiting in the description below. The complete system is waiting for you inside the Angler's Vault.